Morning puddings, how y'all doing? I'm just going to get some breakfast and then I've got a little project in mind. I'm going to be turning a duvet into some trousers today. Let me show you the duvet. So I got this duvet on the car boots for 50p. What I'm going to try and do is make some trousers out of the pink flowery stuff, and then maybe I might make a top out of the reverse side with the sort of mustard with big daisies on. Step one is separating those two parts of the duvet. So let's get on. There we go, 2 bits of fabric and 5 little buttons. I've got a really easy pattern for trousers, and in fact I'm wearing some that use that pattern, apart from the pocket bit. And it's just 2 pieces, a front and a back, and you cut 2 of each. And the only difference between the front and the back, if you look, is the front one will have less here, and then the back one's like slightly bigger curve. So I've got my 2 pieces, and all I need to do is cut out the fabric. I leave enough. On these, I left quite a lot at the waist so that I could do this paper bag waist type thing, and you want plenty for turning up. In my case, I'm thinking that I might, depending on how much fabric I've got, do like an inner turn up with the big daisies fabric so that I could roll it up if I wanted, and it'll also match a top if I make one. Now I've folded my fabric in half, and that's half of the single duvet, and I'm putting my trousers across the widths. I've left plenty of space at the top because I want to make that paper bag waist, like I said, and I've left plenty of space at the bottom, luckily, so I can have big turn-ups or whatever. So anyway, I've put my pieces on, and the next step is to cut them out. Oh, don't forget to leave a little bit for your seam allowance, because when I drew those, I drew them round a pair that was already made that I'd bought from the shop, and I don't have a seam allowance on those pattern pieces. So that's my pattern pieces cut out, and the first step is to join the 2 pieces together at the crotch line, but not going down the leg, just the 2 back pieces and the 2 front pieces on this bit here. Broop, broop. That's everything cut out and ready, but I'm going to leave it there. Some of my biggest fails and crashes on little projects have been because I've done too much at the first bit, and then I kind of get like, I got so fed up and traumatized by being so burnt out that I never finished the project. So I've learnt, and I'm going to pace myself, and I'll come back to you tomorrow with the rest of it. All right, see you later, puddings. Bye. Right, we're back. Yesterday I started making some trousers out of a duvet, and today I'm going to be carrying on. So the first thing I've done was each of the pieces, the back pieces and the front pieces, had 2 parts. So all I've done is joined those 2 parts together for the first bit, and that bit goes under there, is the crotch. So that's all joined together. You just sew it. Oh, remember to put your fabric the right way round though. I nearly started sewing and I still had it the wrong way round. By that I mean you need the good side facing together before you start your sewing. Just sew those pieces together. That's the back pieces and the front pieces. So my next step is to sew along the legs. So up here, round the curve, and down there. So I'm going to pin these together and do that bit. If you've followed me for a bit, you'll know I have a very slapdash approach to my sewing, and I'm not following a pattern or instructions at the moment. The most important thing though on this particular stitch is to get those 2 seams matched up. Everything else can just match up as it goes along. As long as I've got those 2 bits matched up together, then I can get sewing down either side. Right, next stage done. So what I've done there is joined the inside leg. All done. So the only bit left to do is pin this up and do the outside legs. And then I think I'll finish for the day. We'll see how it goes. Right, main sewing done. They actually look like trousers now. I'm going to try them on maybe later. But basically that'll be gathered, and then the bottom bit will be turned up. They look huge at the moment, but that's the idea. Slouchy trousers, that's what you want, isn't it? Right, as I said, I think I'm going to do the rest next time, because never overstep how much energy you've got, and I think mine's run out now. All right, I'll see you next time, puddings. Bye. Good morning, puddings. We're on to part 3 of the trousers made out of a duvet. All right, we're up to the trying on bit, and that's always the bit that's like, the rest of it is like pretty simple steps, but trying on bit, I always go, ugh. So what I've done is I've tried them on, look at my excellent tie there, to just see where I want the crotch to be. And I think that's about right for little old me. I'm ignoring the hems at the moment. I've just rolled them up so I didn't stand on them. But this bit, I've got loads here. So my plan is to roll that down and then have, like I said before, a bit of a paper bag waist there. It'll make sense when I've done it. But what I'm going to do first is where I've got that cord, which is roughly where I want the actual elastic or the waist to go, I'm going to put a little pin so I know what I'm working with. And then I'll just get on with it. Okay, that's the waist all pinned in the right place. And the plan is to do one layer of stitching there and one layer of stitching there, roughly. So it's going along there. Yeah. And then I can put my thread through there and I've still got my top bit to gather up like paper bag style. That's my 2 rows of stitching where my cotton elastic or belt or whatever's going to go through. And that's the pin that I pinned earlier to say roughly where my waist was. So I did really well. And then I've just threaded that cord through that I used before. I probably will put some elastic through as well. Okay, so that's my waist done. I'm not sure whether I'll be leaving that up. I've got lots more than on last time. Or you can also fold it down. I'll probably see what I'm wearing at the time to see which way I'm going to wear it. I'm going to have pockets here made out of some of the fabric that I've got left over. But now I've got to get the right length. So I've pinned it where I think the right length is. And I'll be doing that by hand, so that'll give me a bit of a rest. Okay, so what I tend to do is where I've got my pin showing roughly where I want the edge of the hem to be, I do a quick fold and press it so that there's a sort of crease that'll help me when I'm doing the rest of it. And then I'm just doing a small fold, big fold type hem and sewing it by hand. I've cut it off and this will be quite a deep hem, and the reason for that is because I've found as a short person that if I have a bit more weight at my hem, my trousers hang better. And there's my hems all ready to sew and I am ready for a break. As you can see, I'm all sweaty and so I'm going to take a break. I'm going to sew that by hand, which I find so relaxing. And then I've only got one more bit to do. And I think I'll leave the last bit, which I'll call, I don't know, flourishes until tomorrow, which will be putting some pockets on the side and maybe making a cord to go through the waist out of fabric. We'll see. All right then, that's part 3. See you next time. Bye. Mwah. Part 4, we're getting there. Actually, the trousers are all done. Yes, mainly. But now we want to zhuzh it up a little bit, and I'm going to put some pockets on the sides. And I thought that I might use the other bit of the duvet. And also I've noticed that I've got on here, of course, because it was at one end, the buttonhole still. So I might do, I've got a grubby mark there, I might do a pocket with this material that buttons at the top. Make the most of those buttonholes, because I can't do them on my machine for love nor money. I've tried so many times and it always ends up frustrating me. So that's the plan. Let's go. There's my 2 bits cut out. Now they're not going to be that wide. They are going to be wide, but not that wide. And I've just left enough to do a double rollover at the sides. So I'm going to get that done now. So I've pressed the borders on that and I'm going to sew those. And once it's ready then, I'm going to actually hand sew the pocket onto the trousers itself. Nice like wide, big pocket at the side. Feature! That's my first pocket ready. I've just pinned it on to show you how it might look. Yeah, that looks quite cute. I didn't really have any elastic that was strong enough, but I had some like skinny, like mask elastic. So I've done a plait. It's right, fancy as that. I love Victoria Wood. Anyway, I plaited it, and that's now okay to be the elastic for the waistband. Hello puddings, how you all doing? I've finished the trousers. Well, you see, they look so cute. Hello puddings, how you all doing? I've finished the trousers. Well, you see, they look so cute. Okay, so the pockets are huge. I'm going to lose everything that I put in them, but yeah, baby. So comfy and so slouchy, and so no, the only thing that I wasn't you know about is the waist. So I could have it up like this if I'm wearing the sort of vest top that allows it and it looks okay. I could also have it turned down. I could also, I realised, because I was thinking oh, that paper bag bit might be too big, too high up, you know what I mean? But I could also just tuck it inwards like that. And then, especially if I'm wearing a top that I don't like how, you know what I mean? Because if this was out, you'd be able to see the paper bagginess at the top. Do you know what I mean? But you can tuck it in. So I'm well happy with it. And yeah, I'm going to put some makeup on and style it up and take a few pictures. But the pockets came out great. Sorry about the wobble. I've got it on one of those boingy holders, but yeah, the pockets came out great, and I used my new embroidery threads to fasten it on so you can see the stitching around the pockets. I'll try and show you that in the pictures. All right, watch this space. And there we are, a bit of makeup, and let's have a last look at my paper bag pants. What I have got a few more little nudges to do, like here there's a buttonhole, so I might do a button. And on the end of the stringles I might put some beads or something just to finish them off so that they don't just look like the cords from a curtain, which they are. All right then, I'll catch you next time, puddings. I hope you've enjoyed coming with me on this little project, and I'll tag some pictures at the end. All right then, bye. Mwah. I really enjoyed doing this project, and I love that you can wear the waist in different ways, tucked in, folded over, etc. And then it doesn't show under tops and stuff. Oh, and here's a pic of my lovely neat stitching. Even looks good with my cardi. Once again, thanks for coming along on this brilliant project, and I'll see you next time, puddings.